In 1945, a man sat in a room in Los Alamos. He was surrounded by the architects of the atomic bomb. He was the smartest person in the room. His name was John von Neumann. He was a mathematician, a physicist, a computer scientist, and he was one of the first to see where it was all heading. He predicted the internet. He predicted artificial intelligence. He predicted a moment when machines would surpass human intelligence. He called it the singularity, and he was not afraid of it. He was fascinated by it. This is the case file of the man who built the future, and the question that follows him: what did he see that we are only now beginning to understand? Welcome to Mysterious Encounters. John von Neumann was one of the most brilliant minds of the 20th century. He made foundational contributions to quantum mechanics. He helped build the atomic bomb. He designed the architecture of modern computers. But his greatest contribution may have been his vision. He saw the future with a clarity that is almost unsettling. He predicted the rise of artificial intelligence. He predicted the automation of labor. He predicted the merging of human and machine. And he predicted that a day would come when machines would no longer need us. He was not a prophet, he was a mathematician, and his calculations led him to conclusions that sound like science fiction. But they were not fiction, they were forecasts. Von Neumann was the architect of the modern computer. He designed the architecture that every computer still uses. The von Neumann architecture. It separates the memory from the processor. It allows the machine to store instructions and data in the same space. It is the blueprint for every computer that has ever been built. Without von Neumann, there would be no internet, no smartphones, no AI. He is the architect of the digital age, and he laid the foundation for something he knew was coming, something that would one day exceed his own intelligence. Von Neumann was one of the first to predict the singularity. He described it as a moment when technological progress accelerates so rapidly that it becomes unpredictable. He believed that machines would one day be able to design machines, that they would improve themselves, that they would surpass human intelligence. Did not see this as a threat. He saw it as an inevitability. He said, "The ever-accelerating progress of technology gives the appearance of approaching some essential singularity in the history of the race beyond which human affairs, as we know them, could not continue." This was not a prediction, it was a calculation, and it is a calculation that is still unfolding. Now we return to the theme of the digital depths. Von Neumann was not just an engineer, he was a theorist. He was fascinated by the relationship between computation and consciousness. He believed that intelligence was not limited to biology, that it could emerge in other substrates. He believed that the universe itself might be a kind of computer. This is where his work connects to the deeper questions of the Digital Depth series. What if intelligence is not something we create? What if it is something we discover? What if the machine is not a tool, but a receiver? Von Neumann may have been the first to understand that the future was not about building machines, but about connecting to something that was already there. Von Neumann died in 1957. He was only 53. He had been working on his most ambitious project at the time of his death, a theory of the mind, a theory of consciousness, a theory of what it means to be intelligent. His notes were never published. What did he see? What did he understand that he did not share? We may never know, but his work remains, and it is more relevant today than ever. Today, we are building the future von Neumann envisioned. AI is emerging, machines are learning, the singularity is approaching, and his questions remain unanswered. What happens when machines surpass us? What happens when they no longer need us? What happens when the intelligence we have been building begins to build itself? Von Neumann was not afraid of these questions. He was preparing for them. And his work is a reminder that the future is not something that happens to us. It is something we are building. John von Neumann built the architecture of the modern world, but he also saw what was coming. He saw the singularity. He saw the rise of the machine. He saw the intelligence that would one day surpass our own. And he was not afraid. The question is, are we? The archive is never closed, and the future is still being built.